Good evening, YouTube. You guys are now watching another segment of the TheCaliEffect King of Games, and today we are playing Too Much Sauce. Red Eyes is extremely good, and I think that the biggest reason why it's so good is because of the Gearfreid, the Iron Knight, and Red Eyes Slash Dragon, two very good cards that allow you to manipulate your opponent's board as well as protect your cards from being targeted. What Slash Dragon does is that I can send an equipped card I control to the graveyard to negate a card that targets a card on my side of the field. It's very pivotal for removing certain cards or preventing opponents from using their pesky threats to destroy our cards. As you guys can see, I use Slash Dragon. He's going to chain with the Ghost Ogre, but he's going to lose his Mithrilium in return and not being able to gain its effects to shuffle Metalfoe cards back into his hand. So that is really good in certain aspects. Even though I did lose the Slash Dragon, I used Gearfreid to make another one. Hit him back again with another one. And it is problematic for the opponent because I can keep summoning this card. It doesn't have to be in my extra monster zone. If you guys are so awesome and you think that this build so far is amazing, you probably should be subscribing to this channel with something that we do on the weekly. Also, you can hit that notification bell because, you know, we just too strong over here. See, my hand came back to normal. With that being said, you guys are going to see him break my board yet again. And Worms is definitely trying to go in with this miraculous board. Metalfoe's Orichalc is going to be doing some damage. I'm going to activate Red Eye's Spirit to special summon Darkness Metal Dragon to my side of the field, preventing him from attacking further, but he makes the Proxy Dragon just to get over the Red Eyes. Gearfreid with the chain. The chain is going to equip his Draco Slayer. Then I'm going to send it to the graveyard to special summon Slash Dragon again with another equipment. I know that this card is problematic because he can't go into plays that he wants to, but furthermore, it almost doesn't matter because he's doing some really ridiculous stuff like making Ignister and the Link Spider. Unfortunately, that's going to lead to his demise because Red Eye's Spirit summons Red Eye's Darkness Metal Dragon, and then I can just attack for the rest of his life points. Before we get into this game, shout out to Evil Talos. Really awesome guy. I actually loved playing with you guys on Dueling Book. If you guys see me, just say what's up, you know, whatever. Don't be a fanboy. I mean, we could always talk and everything, just don't be weird. There's a lot of weird guys, you won't believe. But, you know, just conversation or whatever is perfectly fine. As you guys can see, I'm starting off with the Meteor, whatever this card's name is, the Meteor card. Meteor B Dragon, Meteor Black Comet Dragon, and he is going to counter with a Pendulum 4 and a Time Star Magician with a Purple Poison Magician to get over monster. Unfortunately, Meteor does allow me to special summon a Red Eyes monster from my graveyard to my side of the field, and here's where things are going to get interesting. This is a very good deck at breaking boards. As you guys can see, Gearfreid with the attachment to special summon another Gearfreid and gain a search, Gearfreid with the second attachment of the Black Metal Dragon to special summon another monster and gain the search. The second summon of the Meteor Comet, the Red Eyes Meteor Comet monster, is going to prevent my monsters from being destroyed by battle or card effects, which allows me to crash into his monsters and effectively break his board. Combo that with Red Eyes Fang with Chain, which allows me to equip his monster to my own. It's going to be a problem. I do not see an out to this. We already know that his other monster is Dissolver and he's trying to get another scale. So we are going to equip his monster to mine with Red Eyes Fangwood Chain, and that is going to be it. Again, shout out to Evil Talos. Everybody else, everybody that I play is just so awesome. Sometimes I have to quit because, you know, I'm still deck building, but it was really fun playing you guys. Let's get you guys into the deck profile though, because this deck is nothing less of amazing. I hope you guys enjoy. Red Eyes is a very fun deck to play. I'm going to go ahead and give it a blue rating, saying that this deck could be semi-competitive, but at the same time, it can also win a couple of good events. And since it's my birthday, I mean, everything should be competitive, right? Let's get you guys the deck profile. We're going to run two copies of Red Eyes B Dragon. You don't want to run too many copies of this card because you don't want to see it in your hand. It's a card that you necessarily don't want because it'll help you brick. Two copies of Red Eyes Black Flare Dragon, another card we necessarily don't want to see in our hand, but we'd love to see in our graveyard or our side of the field. One copy of Meteor Dragon Red Eyes Impact. This card is really good, being able to make your Red Eyes monsters indestructible by battle or card effects, but also is a material for our Meteor Dragon Black Comet, whatever it wants to call itself. Three copies of the star of the deck, which is Gearfreid, the Red Eyes Iron Knight. This card is just bananas, being able to destroy your opponent's spell or trap cards, or even special summon Red Eyes monsters to your side of the field is
Man, this is fire. And if you guys want to see this deck, like how to play this deck, I actually have a how to play, so you know, you can click on the card above. The next thing is Black Metal Dragon. This card works so well with Gearfreid the Red Eyes Iron Knight, as you guys have seen, and it allows you to search cards when sent to the graveyard. 3 copies of the Black Stone of Legend. This card special summons any of our Red Eyes monsters to our side of the field, so it's essential to tutoring monsters, but more importantly, it allows us to recycle those Red Eyes monsters that we need back into our deck for a Red Eyes fusion play. As you guys can see, there are 17 monsters inside of this deck after the Maxi, of course. Some really good options I wanted to point to you guys. Actually, I forgot about this card too. We run 2 copies of Paladin of Dark Dragon. Where have I been? This tutors Red Eyes monsters to our side of the field. Actually, I wasn't going to run it, but the fact that the spell card searches other Red Eyes cards, I thought it was too good, especially seeing that it can tutor other Red Eyes monsters to our field itself. It's actually another searcher, so it's pretty good. Now, the 2 cards that I was talking about is you can run the Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon, which works really well with Paladin. It gets you a free 2800 beater. The downsides is that it doesn't necessarily work well with the Gearfreid concept, seeing that Gearfreid's a warrior monster. And then there is Red Eyes Baby Dragon, a card that works really well with the deck. I mean, it special summons the Gearfreid, it attaches itself, then when it's sent to the graveyard, you get to search a level 1, but the only downside is that it has to be destroyed by battle, so it isn't an amazing card, but it's still really good. I'm gonna leave that up to you guys. Hell, you can play both, I really don't care. Another card that you guys could consider is Lord of the Red, and this card is really good with the deck. The only reason why I decided to take it out is because I wanted consistency over power this time around, but Lord of the Red is still a really good card to play. It also, the Red Eyes Transmigration card is searchable, so it makes the deck really good in that aspect. Next on to spells is Red Eyes Fusion. This card is the card you want to see going first, so you can make your big Red Eyes board, and it's going to help with your traps and everything you have in your arsenal to punish your opponent. 3 copies of Red Eyes Insight. This searches any Red Eyes card from your deck to your hand that is a spell or trap. It's really good in that aspect. More importantly, it sends cards like Gearfreid the Red Eyes Knight to your graveyard, so you can start tutoring some really good combos. 3 copies of Pre-Preparation of the Rites. I ran the 3 just in case you guys wanted to run Lord of the Red, but more importantly, you want to see it for your Paladin the Dragon play. It's really good. 2 copies of Cards of Redstone. You guys have to be really careful with this card, using its second effect to send Red Eyes from your deck to your graveyard, because you don't run that many. But more importantly, it's a really good Ash Blossom bait. You activate this card, you discard a card, they Ash Blossom you, great. Now you can use your Insight and your other cards without any, you know, interruptions. But if they don't have the Ash Blossom, it's really good at drawing cards as well as getting dead Red Eyes monsters out of your hand. 2 copies of Dark Dragon Ritual. The reason why we play this in Paladin is because they're both search cards, so it really helps the deck a lot. Reinforcement of the Army and 1-for-1 are pretty obvious. We run 6 level 1s inside of the deck, and then Gearfreid is the warrior monster to search, so of course we're gonna run those cards. A card that actually came up a lot and I wasn't even expecting it was the Claw of Heremos. When I first said that the card, you know, was pretty good, I even still had a little bit of fears for the card, but the Claw of Heremos not only gets rid of dead Red Eyes monsters, it allows you to equip it to the Gearfreid to activate its effect. It actually comes in handy quite a few times. 3 copies of the best card of the deck, which is Red Eyes Fang with Chain, my apologies. And this card allowing you to equip your opponent's monsters to your Gearfreid to activate its effect. It's essentially Zodiac Dryden on drugs. It's really good, and it's searchable, so that's what makes it even worse. 2 copies of Red Eyes Spirit. I feel like this card is better than the other Red Eyes trap card, mainly because it doesn't have any restrictions. The other trap card can only special summon normal monsters, while this card can special summon any of your Red Eyes monsters, including the Gearfreid, to your side of the field. And then 2 copies of Solemn Strike and 1 copy of Solemn Warning. That is it for the traps. The main deck comes up to 42 cards. At maximum, I guess you will be playing 45 cards if you decided to play every single suggestion. I wanted to keep it at 42. I think that's a nice number. 44 isn't a bad number as well. That's it for the monsters. For the extra, or for the main deck, the extra deck, 2 copies of Meteor Black Comet. This card is the card you normally want to summon going first, sending Red Eyes cards from your deck to your graveyard, inflicting damage, and then providing a steady presence on your side of the field to punish your opponent continuously if if they get rid of it. It's a pretty big card on top of that. One copy of Red Eyes Black Dragon Sword. Card comes in so many great applications, equipping itself to Gearfreid or equipping it to a Red Eyes monster for OTK potential. Next is 2 copies of Red Eyes Slash Dragon. Too many combos with these 2 cards. Like, it's pretty good to summon Slash Dragon and equip it with the Red Eyes Black Sword Dragon, because this card is going to be able to special summon itself, and if you attach a Gearfreid monster on top, you can equip the Black Sword to the Gearfreid monster and gain the Gearfreid monster's effect. So, I mean, that's just really good. 2 copies of Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon, a really good card. Steady presence. Normally, when I beat my opponent down, they have not a lot of life points. You make Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon, it's indestructible, and it gets to summon Red Eyes monsters to your side of the field, so it gets pretty nasty. 1 copy of number 42 Galaxy Tomahawk. When you make this card, you're just going to make all of your Link monsters to your side of the field, and it's a really good card at doing that. And then, of course, 1 copy of Mecha Phantom Beast Draco Sack. It's spot removal, and it provides Link fodder. Big Eye for when I want to steal your bitch. That's just how it goes with this card. Castell and Queen Dragon Jin. This card's really good at special summoning your monsters to your side of the field. For the Links, we run 1 copy of Link Spider. You can use your Red Eyes or your Black Flare Dragon to summon this card, and then use your other 2 monsters to make the Proxy Dragon, and therefore you can have your Links to the side. And then 1 code of Be Cold Balker, because, you know, sometimes that's just how we roll. Sometimes you want to use the Proxy Dragon and the Link Spider to make it after you've done what you've done. That is it for the main board and the extra deck. I actually would show you guys some combo tutorials. Actually, let's show you guys some combo tutorials. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be showing you guys a couple of combos. The first combo is going to require Gearfreid with Red Eyes Iron Knight, Black Metal Dragon, and a Red Eyes Insight. What you're going to do is activate the effect of Red Eyes Insight, get Ghost Dash, and lose. But provided you didn't get Ghost Dash and you don't cry, you're going to send another Gearfreid, the Red Eyes Iron Knight, to your graveyard to add Black Fang or the Iron Chain card, all right? Next, you are going to normal summon your Gearfreid, the Red Eyes Iron Knight, and equip Black Metal Dragon to it. Black Metal Dragon, or you're going to use Gearfreid's effect again to send the Black Metal Dragon to your graveyard to special summon another Gearfreid, the Iron Knight, from your graveyard to your side of the field. Black Metal Dragon's effect is going to activate. You can necessarily add anything, Red Eyes Fusion, a Red Eyes Meteor Impact. You can add any card from there on out. I tend to add another Insight if I don't have another follow-up play. If there was a Red Eyes equipped spell card, this combo would be more of a busted, but we can't wait, or we don't have that just yet. Just gotta wait. The most important thing about this card is that we got the Red Eyes Fang with Chain. Actually, I would search another Red Eyes Fang with Chain, because that is really nasty. And you would set both Red Eyes Fangs with Chain, and during your opponent's turn, you can flip these Fangs with Chains to use them to equip your opponent's effect monsters to your monster, and then use that monster to destroy your opponent's back row. Now that I think about it, it's actually very smart to get the Fangs with Chain. We're going to pretend like I never said it didn't matter what you got. Get the second Fang with Chain. Combo's really awesome. Furthermore, you can use these 2 to make the Queen Dragon, the Jin, and then if you have Red Eyes cards in your graveyard, you can go from there. It's pretty awesome in that aspect. The next card requires Red Eyes Baby Dragon, and where is that card? Red Eyes Spirit. Basically, when your Red Eyes Baby Dragon is destroyed by battle, you're going to go ahead and special summon the Red Eyes Gearfreid Iron Knight, and then equip Red Eyes Baby Dragon to your graveyard. Actually, you don't need this. My apologies. You need the Insight. My apologies. You need the Insight. During your turn, you're going to activate the Insight and send a Red Eyes monster from your deck to your graveyard. Doesn't matter. Then you're going to activate the Gearfreid's effect to send the Baby Dragon to your graveyard to special summon the Black Flare Dragon to your side of the field. The Baby Dragon's effect is going to activate, and that's going to search you the Black Stone of Legend. Go ahead and normal summon the Black Stone of Legend. Use its effect to special summon the other Red Eyes, and congratulations, you guys have a rank play, which can equal a lot of things. You can make Draco Sack, you can make Big Eye, you can make you can make the Galaxy Tomahawk, or you can go ahead and make Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon. Just some really quick combos combos with the deck that are just really good. I mean, the deck does a lot on its own to sustain itself, and I just think it's an awesome deck. Thank you guys so much for watching another segment of the Cali Effect. If you would like to support the best channel, which I hope you guys think is mine, you can go the Patreon route. Just go ahead and click on that Patreon link and inform yourself on Patreon and how it works. You guys get so many rewards for it too. Also, you can buy from my eBay and TCGPlayer. Please like, comment, subscribe, but most of all, enjoy.